welcome to GuESPers, the sleepiest podcast you've ever heard of. I'm really tired, and I'm Alex.
And I'm also really tired, and I'm Mason.
I
And
thought you were going to say that you were Alex.
maybe.
maybe I'm Alex. And this is GuESPers. Did I say that?
Yeah, you already said that.
It's a podcast where me and Mason try to strengthen our relationship by learning to read each other's minds.
And Mason tries to breathe through his nose this time, because last week when I was reviewing the audio, I definitely heard a lot of myself.
I mean, it might be me today because I'm also a little bit sick. Mason only has allergies to blame, but I have a lot of snot burgers and sore throats happening. So it's a snot burger with a side of sore throat fries.
And not to bring up old news, but I gotta say, this time last week, I was a man who had only seen 2 Children of the Corn movies. Now I'm a man who has seen 7. 7.
You heard it here first, folks. He's almost to 10. He's 7 out of 10 right now.
Get upset.
Roger Ebert gives him 3 thumbs up.
I was
Wait.
talking.
Whatever. I don't care anymore.
I think Roger Ebert probably gave that entire film franchise a collective 3 thumbs across all the movies that came out when he was alive.
And all of them go to the first movie.
I was talking to my I was talking to my brother a couple days ago, and
2 brothers.
I was telling him, I was like, oh man, there's a lot of famous people in these movies, even going past just the first one. And he was like, I'm sorry you have to do that. And I just kind of looked at him like, the only thing that's making me do this is myself.
Nobody made me do it.
There's not somebody holding a gun to my head making me watch. Little kids don't creep me out anymore. It's just, the effect is totally lost. It's just gone.
Okay, so today, Sorry, were you done?
No, I mean, I want to be done.
I want to be done. Will get me out of the Children of the Corn apocalypse. Corn-copolypse, as you was.
Corn pop.
As you were. Fuck. Well, it's gonna be that kind of podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, so we gotta decide who goes first. Fuck it. The first person who goes first is the last person that ate corn.
Well, when's the last time we normally eat the same stuff?
I ate a kernel of KFC. I ate a kernel of corn in my taquitos earlier today because I don't have any. So I ate a frittata and taquitos for lunch. It was horrible mixture of foods, but that's what I had. So
that must have been you.
Then it was me. So I'm doing it. 1, 2, 3, picture set.
Oh, you sent it?
Yeah, I sent it. It was
okay.
1, 2, 3, go. And shoot. I was like, 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay.
I'm sending it to you.
Okay, I'm getting. This time, I'm getting a green bean that is kind of half open, and on the inside you see one of the little bean pods just kind of smiling up at you like it's a newborn baby. He's got a little cute little face.
Well, I will tell you that you're right, that it's cute.
Okay.
I'm thinking of a dragon, but it's the size of a cat, and it's drinking, I don't know, dragon juice out of a saucer.
It's drink. Oh, okay.
I don't know what dragons drink. I don't know if it was milk. The image was in black and white, which is, I don't know why.
You've been reading a lot of manga.
I gotta stop reading manga before I do the fucking podcast. I'm still reading Delicious in Dungeon. Love it. I own it too, so don't worry. I'm not bootlegging over here. I'm paying for it. Yeah, and he has a kitty charm. The fuck is the word? Kitty necklace. Kitty collar. It has a collar, and it has a little bell on it. What is it? Mason's giving me a face where he's arching an eyebrow at me.
I heard Kiddie, not Kitty.
What is a kid? Oh, like a child, like a kitty object,
like a kitty necklace. And when you said collar, I was necklace.
It's when kids fucking string like a bunch of beads and they're really ugly and they never match and they're like there's like 5 stars and like some like circle beads and some letters they don't actually spell anything. They're like,
bring
here.
It home and they're like, Mom, I made this for you. And you're like,
she goes, an avocado. Thanks. And then she puts it in a drawer and you never see it again. Yeah.
She might wear it like once to make the child feel good.
Story time. Did I ever tell you about the time I made my mom a shirt?
I mean, yes, you've told me this story many times, but you've never told them this story, so you should definitely tell it.
So, I was like an age, I don't remember, under 10, and I was like, I want to make my mom a shirt. And I did not know how to sew, or how to make a shirt, or how shirts worked, or literally anything. So I just bought like 1 yard of pink tulle fabric, not even like shirt fabric. And then I just cut it to the approximation of a shirt. And then I was like, oh, shirts have 2 sides. And so I just cut another one to an approximation of a shirt. Not even like the same as the first side. And then it's like hot pink. And then I used black thread and I just sewed it, right? Really big gaps between the sew. I didn't know how to tie it off. So I literally tied it like a ribbon. And then I presented this shirt to my mom without even turning it inside out to hide the seams. I just gave it to her like that. And she just looked at me like, what is this? I can't wear this. And she was like mad when I gave it to her. She was like incredulously mad. Like, how can you be so stupid? And then I
gotta say though, how old were you at the time?
Under 10. Approximately.
Like, your under 10-year-old child hands you something.
No, my mom didn't play shit like that. She was serious.
And it's like, of course it's not gonna be a real fucking shirt. Unless you're some kind of child sewing prodigy, you're not gonna know how to make a shirt.
The best part, though, was that I had some leftover fabric, and it was a ring. And this I did measure the width of Olive's neck, and for those of you who don't know, I own a Senegal parrot. His name is Olive. Oh, then that means it would have had to be after 2004. I just dated this bitch.
Oh,
I have
crap.
so I was over 10. Oh shit, I was
well,
extra
then yeah,
stupid.
Never mind. You're just dumb. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway,
like,
so
course,
I took the
whatever.
extra fabric and I measured Olive's neck, and then I made him a little tube. And then I put it on him, and he hated it. He was like, what have you done to me? What is this thing? And then Mom really liked that. She laughed for like 20 straight minutes of just like how... And Olive the whole time was like sticking his neck out as far as possible to try to prevent any of the fabric from touching him. And I'm talking like, I measured it super big. It was big enough to where I could very easily just drop it over his head. You know what I mean? But he was like chickening his head out as far as possible so like the fabric wouldn't touch him. Like he could get away from it. It was really funny. I definitely have pictures of that. It's great.
And I just want to say, I feel like maybe another bird might have really liked...
No, I don't think any birds like wearing collars.
I just feel like...
you shouldn't even do that.
That's true. I don't know. I just feel like Olive hates most things.
Yeah, he's very cranky. Yeah, I like him. He's mean. He's real mean.
He's made me bleed.
He's made me bleed. He's made Mom bleed. Sometimes you just reach into the cage like every other day to give him food, and that day he's like, don't fucking touch my dish, and then he just fucking murders you.
Yeah.
He just be like that.
I spent the better part of a year building a relationship with this bird because it hated me.
It still hates you.
It's still, well, yeah, because...
Stop calling him an it. He's a he. He's a boy.
Okay, fine, he... I don't mean to sound callous, I just don't like this bird.
Come on, he has feelings. He's just doing his best. He's a bird.
So he didn't like me, and I was like, all right, I'm going to build a relationship I'm going to build the trust. I can do that. And it already takes a really long time to get birds used to anything new, because that's just
they don't
how
like
they are.
new stuff.
But yeah, I spent over 6 months, and he finally he was starting to be okay with me changing his food out in the morning, and he was just kind of cool with me being around, and I was getting to the point where I could even pet him a little bit, a little head scratch every now and then. And so one day I come home, I go to not feed Olive. I just go to chill with him. I just go to hey, I'm just hey Olive, what's up? And I put my finger out and I make the little head scritchy motion with my finger, and he does he's sees it, he's all right, cool, bends his head down to get scratched. I go for it, and then he bites me right on where the side of the nail meets the cuticle, and he digs his beak in there, and I it's a split second, but I'm ah, and I yank my hand out of the cage, but he was on there so tight. That bitch just came right out with me, and he came out of the cage and onto the ground, and he did not know what to do with that. He just stood there, frozen in fear.
Did you just yeet him back into the cage?
No. So I was bleeding profusely from where he bit me, and so I needed to get him back in the cage, but I also wasn't just gonna grab him because I knew that would probably just lead to more wounds. Yeah. So I went into the bathroom to grab a towel, so I could
You just covered him up and
so I could throw it over him. And when I was in there, I was oh man, I should probably wash this out real quick. And so I turned the water on just long enough to get a lot of the excess blood off, so I could just do it. So I did that, and I grabbed a towel, came back in, Olive was gone. I was shit.
You probably tried to scale his cage, right? You tried to get back in?
No, so I started going Olive? Olive, where are you? And I just heard beep, really a noise I've never heard him make before.
Noise.
Yeah.
He makes it when he's scared.
And so he was behind the chair, because that was where the chair was at that point in time, next to the back door of the house.
Why did he go that way? That's nowhere near his cage.
I know. I think he was just so overwhelmed at being on the floor.
I'll go anywhere.
And so I found him, but of course he's I can't really throw the towel over him while he's in a crook, so I had to wait for him to come out. And then I think I had to run back to the bathroom at one point to wash the blood off my finger.
Oh my god.
So I came back and he was out in the middle of the floor, and so I threw the towel over him, and he didn't like that at all.
Doesn't like
he
that.
just starts going beep 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 beep, and I grabbed him, and I can feel him trying to bite me through the towel.
Yeah, because the towel means that he's getting his nail clipped. He really doesn't like that.
And I just kind of got it in front of the cage door, and I just
released
opened,
him.
and I just
like
heard,
a wild animal.
and then I slammed that cage shut, and I have never tried to touch Olive since.
It was funny.
Yep.
I like that. It's your turn.
Yes, it is. It's my turn. Okay.
I love talking about my bird, but I'll happily move forward with this game.
All right. Okay, let's go.
It's not a game. Shit.
Yeah,
it's my own fucking thing that I always say.
Wow,
I'm such a jerk.
It's a exercise.
No, maybe it's an exercise. We're flexing our brain muscles.
Yeah.
Whatever, think of something.
Okay. All right. Okay. Gotta think.
I'm receiving your information. Whenever you send it, please send it.
And I've got it. And I'm sending it. And it is sent.
Okay, I'm getting some swirling images, but I'm thinking some beautiful challah bread and maybe some rose petals and a nice bouquet of flowers. Yes? A beautiful table setting? Yes? A beautiful table setting?
Okay.
Set for Valentine's Day? Beautiful table setting?
No.
No.
I'm just going to say no.
No.
So what it was is I was imagining it was food.
Was it romantic food?
It was food.
Just tell me what it
was. It was the cast irons on, and it's got a nice, great cut of steak in it, and the person's at the step where they're basting, where they're taking that melted butter from the side and kind of basting it over the top of the still cooking meat.
Butter.
And just like all the fats rendering, and it's just got that really good butter steak smell. That's what I was picturing.
So someone in the act of cooking a steak.
Yeah, but it could then, when it's done, be put on the table with the challah bread and those petals.
Was the challah bread baking? Well, the steak was marinating. I guess basting.
The challah bread.
Excuse me.
Yeah, well, the challah bread. If we're at the basting stage, the challah bread is probably getting pretty close to being done. Because we cook.
If it timed it correctly.
Yeah, because we cook with the reverse sear in this household, where you.
We do.
Well, isn't that the right way to do it? The reverse sear, where you do it in
Honestly, I don't know anything right now. Do we? We don't even use the cast iron anymore.
No, we don't really cook steak either. I'm just like going based off what I think is what I've been told is the correct way to cook the steak, which is the reverse sear method.
I don't even know what that is right now. Like, I probably do at literally any other point than right now, but now I don't know what that is.
I could have this backwards, but I'm going to say that
if you have it backwards, then just reverse it, because it's a reverse sear.
The regular sear method is you
sear it,
first, and then you put it in the oven to finish it off. And the reverse sear is when you put it in the oven first, and you finish it off by searing it.
But wait, is it searing when you baste it, though? Is that the same? I don't think that's the same. I don't think you even use the butter in the pot to get a sear.
I've seen many different ways of cooking steak.
You can cook it fucking whatever way you want. I don't know.
The Bon Appetit YouTube channel.
Different types of steak. There's different types of cooking methods. Is it marinade? Was it brined? Is it dry aged? Does it got funky blue cheese? I don't know.
All of the above. Shout out to Chris Morocco. Shout out to Claire Saffett. Shout out to who else is? I've seen a lot of people cook steak.
I only know 2 people.
Andy Baragani. Shout out to Emil Stanek, who cooks a lot of steak in a lot of different ways on one of those shows. He does a lot of things with one thing.
You know what, Mason? I'm proud of you.
Why are you proud of me?
This man couldn't make anything more than Tyson chicken nuggets when I met him.
That's true.
And now he's watching cooking videos like a pro, like a star. Mason, you get the MVP award for this year. Most valuable profiteer.
Most valuable profiteer. I'm still just watching the videos, though. I rarely cook.
I'm not done!
Okay.
Let me ramble!
Okay, go.
I didn't want to ramble. I just wanted to acknowledge that I wasn't done.
Okay.
You can go. I believe in you.
So you were done?
Yeah, but you cut me off before I was able to say my last sentence. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew whatever I was going to say, but it's gone now.
Okay, cool.
Like a beautiful butterfly in the wind.
Yeah, no. I'm still just watching, though. I rarely cook still. I cook a lot of...
You're afraid of cooking, and you don't like doing prep. Oh my god.
I hate prep.
This bitch avoids prep like nobody's business.
Cooking is okay. It stresses me out a little bit just because it's like timing, and like if you don't get the timing right, it could be undercooked or overcooked, and both are bad, but prep just sucks.
See, the cooking's what it is, you know what I mean? But prep is zen, you know what I mean?
Prep is not zen.
You're just chopping and cutting and peeling and chopping and dicing and mincing and chaletting and other stuff. One of those isn't a thing, but that's okay. Maybe you go to a Swiss
chalet.
It's
chaletting, yeah.
Get some shallots in the Swiss chalet.
Yeah, prepping sucks. I don't like chopping. I don't like... I could just give it to me prepped, and I'll throw it into the pan and cook it.
You know what you are?
What?
The yellow-bellied snake. You're slithering through, trying to only do the one step. Trying to take a shortcut.
Do snakes take shortcuts?
Well, yeah, they don't have arms and legs. They can fucking go wherever they want. I've seen a snake on a barbed wire fence. It can do whatever it fucking wants.
Just slither right around those
It
barbs.
goes in the cracks. There was a baby rattlesnake. It went under my house. I mean, this just happens.
Was that... No, I can't really ask
in my room. Under my room it went, the snake.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, my mom was watering the yard and there's a baby rattlesnake and she was like, oh my god, and then it went under the house, under my room. And she's like, oh no, and it was just gone and we never saw it again.
I was gonna say, and it's still there to
And I mean,
day.
maybe it fucking is. I don't know. It made me so scared. It's like, why did it have to go under my room? I mean, there's the foundation down there, but I don't know. Maybe get up in my room. Snakes work. Little slithery little dudes.
I mean, animals do just tend to find their way inside houses somehow.
I know. Okay, you ready for a bunch of images that I'm going to send as
well? A bunch? It should just be one.
It's going to be 18. 18 images. It's a quick fire round. Pew, 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 pew.
Alright,
I'm just kidding. It's just going to be one. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm going to picture a thing, and boom! There it is. Here it goes. It's coming at you.
Okay, I'm picturing a boxing ring with a strong, buff, like Cora arms woman in one corner, and like not Mike Tyson, but a Mike Tyson type person in the other corner.
That dude named Tim from Wii Boxing. Is his name Tim? I think it's Tim. Trevor. Yeah, that guy.
And Cora Arms just walks up and like rock'em sock'em robots him like wham.
His head comes up and everything?
Well, no, she just does the motion, which I guess you could just call an uppercut.
Just call it an uppercut.
and Trevor goes down.
Oh, Trev, no. He never goes down. You give him 30 seconds, he'll get back up. He'll do that thing where he like ragdolls his body and then he gets back up and you gotta fight him again.
That's just how strong the Cora Arms woman is.
Wii Boxing, dude.
Yeah, I didn't have a Wii, so I didn't, which is crazy because it's like everybody had a Wii. It's like literally the most,
it's
the highest selling console of all time.
It's the funnest named stadium. What's it called? Console. Because it goes Wii.
Wii, yep. I didn't have one. I played Wii Sports a lot at other people's houses, but I rarely did the boxing one.
Why? That's one of the funnest ones, and it tires you out like crazy.
I did bowling a lot.
Who the fuck does bowling? I did bowling like one time, and then it was a competition to play over and over again to see how old we were. And then I'd get like, I'm 79 years old, and I'd be like, fuck you, Wii Sports. I'm not that old, I'm just out of shape. You jerk.
Literally spit all in both of my eyes.
Yeah, sometimes a little spit up. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Boss. And we didn't do the regular bowling a lot. We did like that 100 pin challenge.
Oh man, that gets boring so fast. You gotta fight each other, man. That's the real shit. And you got Wii Sports Resort. Oh, that's that good shit, baby. Good shit. That's where you get to be on top of the big water thing. And you poke at each other with big old sticks like you're on the Space Needle. And you fucking fight until one of you falls into the water. It's great. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is that the one that was on the Wii U? Or was that still on the Wii?
No, it's Wii Sports Resort.
Well, it's Wii Sports Resort.
It's not Wii
it's like
U
a sequel.
Sports Resort. No, it's the one where the game literally starts and you're hang gliding.
Yeah, we've played that one together.
Not hang gliding. What's it called? When you jump out of skydiving. And you gotta grab people and take the pictures. Fucking.
Although there is a hang gliding minigame,
Iron Man
isn't
2. Or is it Iron Man 3? Where the plane explodes? Is that Iron Man 2?
I think that's Iron Man 3.
In Iron Man 3, and you're gonna catch all the people. It's like fucking Wii Sports Resort. Same game. Same property.
Oh yeah, and he has to like shock them so
everybody
they hold
grab
hands.
each other.
Yeah. The worst
What
Iron
are we talking
Man movie.
about right
now? Wii Sports Resort.
No, before that.
Wii Sports?
No, before that.
Trevor.
Oh, which game? Fast forward, and then we'll go back in time. The fast forward is, do you remember that game where we poked each other with the sticks like you're on the Space Needle and you fall into the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was fun.
It was pretty fun.
Anyway, no, you were super wrong. I was imagining 2 eagles in a beautiful kitchen, marble countertops, and they each had a tiny car in their hands, like a not like a Hot Wheel, but like those bigger ones. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that are about the size of your fist. Not like itty bitty. And then each of them has one in a talon, and they're flying towards each other at top speed on each side of a big marble counter island. And then they crash their little cars into each other at top speed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and a fucking eagle can fly real fast. So those cars are going like 1,000,000 miles per hour, and then they go crash, and then the eagles are like, what? Some eagles make it go like, or something like that. It's really squeaky considering how big and majestic they are. Well, you see owl, and that owl like whoo, with like a really deep voice, but eagle like.
So I was over here on the fucking.
I mean, we're close
TV
with cooking on the last time, but
like,
damn, what are we even doing on this one?
Yeah, no, I was over here on the Wii playing Wii boxing, and you were over here on the floor with the Hot Wheels.
You're fucking here with copyrighted material, playing on the Wii, punching Trevor in the face,
I didn't say it was Trevor. I said it was Mike Tyson.
You said Cora. You said Wii boxing.
I said she had Cora arms. I'm not. It's not copyright. I'm just using copyrighted material to. I didn't say it was
even a Hot Wheel. It's just generic ass big cars. All they can do is open their little doors. What?
I literally just said you're over here with the Hot Wheels. I didn't say you said Hot Wheels.
I was using no Hot Wheels. I'm just crashing them together like a good little.
That's a downside to doing this when we're really tired. Is like we both think we've said things. Like in both episodes now, we've like thought we've
something
said
up
things.
Like supremely retarded.
And we'll like be like, oh, did we do that? And the other one would be like, oh no, it's fine. And then
excuse me, that's you. And I was right about mixing up Lil Debbie and Hostess in episode 1.
Yep.
And you led me astray, like a lemming off a cliff.
Yeah.
You were like. No, you said Hostess, Alex. No, I fucking didn't.
Yeah, you said.
I listened to that playback and was like, gosh darn it, that's not what I said.
But that's the nature. It's the nature.
That's
stuff. People get things wrong all the time.
It's the motion of the ocean.
It's being able to admit.
Defeat?
No, admit that you were wrong. What? Defeat? Why would it be defeat? You didn't lose anything.
Because we're dueling with our minds. Now it's a fight.
Oh, okay.
Now I want to win.
If Alex can turn something into a altercation, she will.
I just want to win. I don't see what's so wrong with that. Whose turn is it? Okay, I thought of it's your turn.
Yeah, you thought
I thought about eagles,
the
and
crazy
you thought
eagle
about
cars crashing.
It's not crazy. It's definitely plausible. Maybe eagles throw fish at each other. I don't know what eagles do. Eagles do stuff that I can't understand. Maybe eagles are like Olive. Olive would do that.
Eagles having a food fight, just throwing the fish they catch at each other.
The fish is still alive, so it's like
they just
flopping
all over the place. Yep.
Olive would food fight if he had the ability. He fucking has the ability now. He throws nuts everywhere. He's just like, woo!
He does.
What's this? Woo! Just throws it. Do it, baby.
Right.
Send me an envelope. Stamp it. I want the stamps that have the dogs on them, please.
Gotta think something. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And sent.
Bones. Bunch of bones.
You know, okay.
Graveyard of bones. A bottomless box of bones.
Okay, you know what?
Oh, yeah, did I get it?
You didn't get it. You were dancing around the subject.
Around bones?
Yeah, because I wasn't thinking of skeletons, but I was thinking of zombies.
Oh, you know what zombies got?
Bones.
Bones.
Well, I mean, but I'm thinking, like, because you said graveyard and, like, zombies are, like, coming out of the ground.
Are they coming? Is that what's happening? Is the zombies coming out of the ground?
Well, no, but that's what zombies do. Okay, so what I was thinking of, the specific image I was thinking of.
Okay, whap. You whapped a bit.
It was a zombie.
A zombie.
So, like, full-on Romero, like...
E.
You know that. And he is at one of those generic... donut shops that literally just says donut on the outside of the building.
Oh, sorry. Don't want to... Is it a donut or a donuts? Both are popular.
It's a donuts.
Very important question.
It's got
important
the S.
distinction. Cool.
And he's sitting there and he's just trying to decide what he wants. There's a lot of options.
I just imagine him like, Which one do you want?
He like kind of points.
And she's like, she pulls one for the back, and he's like, and she's like, oh, from the front? Okay, cool. And then, like, he tries to pay for it, and she's like, oh, there's a $5 minimum. You have to use your card.
He, tries to use his zombie credit card.
And so he, tries to, empty his pockets, but they're all tattered, like his old pants. And so he pulls out, some dirt and, maybe some old coins and stuff. And he's like, and he's like, 1 second, and he, goes to the, cooler and buys himself, a Starbucks drink. Those are really expensive. And bump up the value. Brings it back, and she's like, I'm sorry, you're, 50 cents short. And he's like, and he takes the donut holes.
Yeah, I just imagine. So when
but
she says there's a $5 minimum, and he's just kind of okay.
I want his jaw to be decomposing, so it's always slack jawed, so he has to show all his emotion with his eyes, and he's just like.
Yeah, and when he gets the Starbucks drink and comes back, and she's like, "You're still short." He rolls his eyes. He just kind of throws his arms.
Rolls his eyes. One of the pupils pops out, lands on the counter. He pockets that. Now it's in the donut hole bag, and he's really confused. He might accidentally eat it. Poor guy. Which Starbucks glass drink flavor do you think he got?
I think he got the one that's got the honey in it.
Oh yeah, it's good for the immune system. Because he needs that for all the one donuts and then all the rotten flesh, I assume, that he eats.
Oh yeah, that can't be good for your
digestive
tract.
Diet of human flesh just, it doesn't seem like a smart move. You know what I mean? We're not built to be eaten. Our fat is all distributed weird. We're not we're not nutritionally healthy. It's just not good meat, man.
Yeah, and that leads me to another question that people don't ever really ask when speaking of zombies. So they need to eat
flesh
brains, or brains or whatever zombie lore
parts
you're working off of. Sometimes they can just eat the people. Sometimes it has to be the brains. Whatever your preference.
Yeah. Whatever your flavor of Starbucks glass drink.
Do zombies poop?
Do zombies poop?
They're ingesting something. There must be excrement, yeah?
You know what? I bet they just horses and goats, and they just crap while they walk. They don't care. What about? I really like the case, I like the zombies that don't have tummies. They've been stabbed through, so they eat the meat and it just falls right out, and then they can just keep eating it.
That's pretty. That's
the truly insatiable zombie, is the one that, because they're also insatiable. That's also a thing. Well, they're never full.
Yeah, and then also so
they just eat.
So.
Yes.
So they don't have to eat either. They'll just go dormant, right?
Yeah, they just chill. I mean, depending on the fiction, sometimes they get all grody when they haven't eaten in a long time. And
but I've never seen one where if the zombie doesn't get sustenance, it dies. That's not a thing.
They don't seem to be able to die.
Unless you destroy their brain, whatever.
You have to do the brain, yeah.
Yeah, but so if zombies poop, and if it's like you say, where they just kind of let it fall out as they're walking.
Yeah, their drawers
how come
are just
there's not more zombie media where people are accidentally just stepping in zombie poop all the time? What does zombie poop look like?
I mean, it probably looks like our poop. Well, you know what? I've cracked this nut wide open. Are you ready, baby bird, to receive the innards of this nut that I'm going to regurgitate into your mouth?
Was born ready.
Open your mouth, baby bird.
Ah.
They are on a 100% protein diet, and you know what that means? No fiber. And you know what that means?
Oh, they're just really
constipated.
At that point, though, wouldn't at some point every zombie's colon would burst?
Yeah, dude, and it doesn't matter. And then the food would just fall out.
Yeah.
Boom! I've done it. I've solved your zombie poop problem. You know when you die, you immediately crap your pants? I wonder if that deters the zombie. Like, they bite a human, and they'll, like, rip it open his, like, abdominal cavity, and they're eating on his goo, and, like, the human's like, ah! And he dies and poops himself, and the zombie's just like,
it just gets it.
No, thank you.
He just like stands up, starts walking away, looks back.
That's gross. I don't want that. No, thank you. And Steve comes up and he's like, wow, fresh human. What's wrong, Bob? You don't want any of that? And he's like, oh, he pooped himself. And again. Like, a freaking again. What do you mean again?
Yeah, he's like, hey, he pooped himself, and Steve's like, and then Bob's like, I know.
Would you like me to peel open another nut for you, baby bird?
Yeah, sure, peel open.
That's why the safest place in Dead Rising is the bathrooms.
Oh my god!
Because none of the zombies want to deal with your poopies.
It's zombie aversion. It's poop.
Yeah, we've solved it. So yeah, all those people Walking Dead covering themselves in bloods and guts so they can smell like the zombies. No, just
cover yourself in fecal matter. Yep.
Nobody will know.
Cover yourself in poopies. I love the word poopies because it makes it sound like it's like pellets, like rabbit, like poopies.
Poopies. Goats have little poopies too. But they have like a metric fuck ton of little poopies. Well, I guess rabbits have a metric fuck ton of little poopies.
I'm sure
too.
We're getting a lot of listeners from this conversation.
Oh, the second I crack the poop nut open, I'm sure they all left. It's just you and me now,
I'm pretty sure the second
asked
a question about zombie poop, they all left.
Let's tell our social security numbers, because nobody's listening anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's way too many numbers for social security number.
Way too many numbers. And I don't think it goes above 9. 10, 11, 12. You're just shorthanding at that point.
Does anybody want to hear another story? I know they do.
Yeah, sure. We're not doing something.
We're not in the middle of reading each other's mind. I was in my interview and internship, my fucking whatever class. I don't remember. I was in this class where I had to do some interviews and stuff like that. And I would interview one of my classmates, and they had been given a script where they would like embody a character, and I would interview them. And then in turn, I was also a person, an interviewee, right? Mm-hmm. And the person who was interviewing me asked me a question that wasn't a part of my interview, which was, what is your phone number? And I was just like, cool, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My teacher, who was supposed to be a complete like bystander in the situation, just started cracking up, and she was like, Alex, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop this interview real quick. Alex, there aren't that many numbers in a phone number. It's just like, why you gotta put me on blast like that? I wasn't prepared for this question. I didn't know. I just don't know.
So wait, you said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Yeah, is that...
That's one letter too few. There should be one more.
Maybe I said 10. Yeah. I was definitely over.
Yeah, because it's 3, 3, and 4, so it's 10.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so I guess I did 11. And because I definitely was one over.
That's so funny.
And it just destroyed her. And she was supposed to be completely silent and not talk at all, but I ruined the interview. We couldn't get back on track after that because I'm a dum-dum.
That's awesome.
Okay, so you thought of pooping zombies, and so it's my turn.
Oh yeah, God, that was my creation.
Okay, I am picturing an item and I'm sending it to you. Go, get it. You got it. It's in the food dish. Eat it up.
It's in the food dish. I feel like a lot of that shows where my brain's at. I'm always like, it's food related. There's
Just guess. What is it? Go.
All right.
Stalin.
It is.
Russia over here. Stalin.
It is a beaver.
Okay.
Who is using his tail.
Okay.
He's got his laundry hanging, and he's using his tail as one of those rackets that you see.
He's pounding out his
about the dust.
His what's the word? Rug.
His rug.
Just like getting the dust out.
He took the rug out of his damn. Yeah, he just gets it.
Aw, that's so cute.
Yeah,
I
like
love
it.
that.
I like that idea.
You remember those stories when we were little kids and little cute animals and they were dressed up like humans? You know what I'm talking about? They're like little bitty storybooks. And they're like a myriad of like wild characters. Well, it was like a retro. It was very old.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like written. Oh, what is it called? Oh, I'm going to look this up later.
Yeah, because all I'm getting right now, and I know this isn't what you're thinking of, is Frog and Toad. You remember Frog and Toad?
Maybe that was it. And they had like a whole class. And there was like Miss Prickles, and she was like a hedgehog, and she had like a little bonnet, but all her like spikes were coming out of her bonnet.
Maybe. I don't know if
Is that it?
I don't know if they're related to the Frog and Toad series.
I think they might be. I think that might be the other people in the Frog and Toad. You know they gay.
Oh, yeah.
Confirmed gay. Frog and Toad.
I can see that.
What were we talking about? Oh, no, I was thinking about a cantaloupe, but inside the cantaloupe, when you cut it, it's an apple.
You know...
It's a deceiving...
That's pretty awesome,
cantaloupe.
actually.
Also, that's a big apple.
It's like
that's like New York City.
It's like a...
I'm making all these puns, and you weren't even acknowledging
No,
them.
it's great. It's a big apple.
Made that Stalin pun earlier that you just kept.
Well, I chose to ignore that because you were insulting me with that one, but...
No, I was making a funny joke. I'm so funny.
With the big apple one, that was pretty good. I was just thinking how, well, shit.
Golden cat statue?
No.
Temple of the Hidden whatever.
It's like a jawbreaker where it's like different. It's like different the more you go down, but it's like so.
I don't like jawbreakers.
What if you like cut the apple open and there's like a kumquat inside? It just keeps going. They're like nesting dolls, but fruit.
But I already. When I cut the cantaloupe, I just cut it in half.
Oh, you cut straight through the apple too.
Yeah, it was there was like a core with like the seeds.
For the longest time, I thought cantaloupe was an animal.
What the fuck? Are you serious right now?
Yeah, because doesn't that sound like it'd be an animal? Cantaloupe.
Like an antelope? Like it's the cousin of the antelope?
Yeah.
The cantaloupe?
It was cantaloupe. I didn't know. And then when I saw it, I was like,
that's disappointing. Are you fucking kidding me? Is that for real?
Yeah.
That is amazing. I would have kept, if I were your parent, I would have kept up that tapestry.
Yeah, well, because I was like...
For your whole life.
Because the first time I actually was like offered cantaloupe, I was like, oh yeah,
cool, I'm going to try some beef or something.
Meat. Yeah, because I was like, and then when I was handed like one of the saddest fruits on the face of the planet, I was
orange monstrosity.
And I was like, oh, okay, so it's a fruit. Well, I guess this could be good. And I bit into it and I was like, this is nothing. This tastes like nothing.
Water.
It's like, what's that? It's Archer, right?
An animal. Well,
cantaloupe and honeydew.
Depends on the. No, it was.
That's Bojack.
It's either Bojack. He hates either cantaloupe or honeydew, and then Green Eggs and Ham hates the other one. And I think that's really funny.
Well, Bojack hates both because he was like, "Do we get this?"
No, he likes one, and then the other one is always there's always way more of it, and so it grosses him out. I don't like either, which is why I can't remember. But in Green Eggs and Ham on Netflix, it's pretty good. Give it a watch. It has a crazy all-star cast. It's the opposite fruit that Bojack said, and I always thought that was really funny.
That's pretty funny. I like. We're on a roll right now of one extremely cute. I can't remember if there was one in the first episode, but one extremely cute image per episode. Because I remember last episode
puppies in hazmat
suits, which was amazing.
It's amazing.
I still think about that and just
You've created both of the cutest images.
Yes,
and maybe episode 1. I don't remember what happened at episode 1.
I think you had one because I remember towards the end of our session you said something and I was like, I have no jokes about that. That's just cute.
I don't.
But I can't remember what it was. I'll have to go back.
But you should get on that turducken of fruits.
Yeah, I want.
You need to like grow like a mini cherry tomato, and then get the blossom of another like an apple, and like insert it while it's growing, so it'll grow around it, and then do that again and again until you have the old lady who swallowed a fly, but it's like a watermelon inside of a. No wait, so it's a
pumpkin.
A cherry tomato inside of an apple, inside of an orange, inside of a grapefruit, inside of a cantaloupe, inside of a watermelon.
Inside of a pumpkin.
Inside of a pumpkin. There you go. Boom. all your major fruit groups. And a
fruit
gourd.
groups. I love that. Fruit groups.
And a gourd.
And a gourd.
Fruit
Because a gourd is
groups and a gourd.
technically a vegetable,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I guess. Yeah, I think so.
I think squash and pumpkin
fruit
gourds
group.
like that. Fruit group. I love that.
I want a GROOP. Fruit group.
Like
FROOT GROOP.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit group. Those are your 10 favorite fruit groups. Everything is awesome. Everything is better when you work as a team. Go on. Don't be like that.
We can say the names of characters and films and
Can't
stuff all
sing
day
the
long,
Lego
but you
music,
can't.
Lego
That is
music.
copyright. That is in, I believe,
The Lego movie?
an Oscar-nominated song.
God, I hope so.
I believe it was when it came out. It was Tegan and
okay,
Sarah.
So I did, and then it's your turn. You should think of something.
Well, that is how this works, isn't it?
I mean, no, I'm giving you your turn. It's your turn,
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
telling you should think of something.
You said that like I
I
wasn't
didn't-
aware.
I didn't want to demand anything of you, you know? I just
Okay.
wanted to gently recommend that maybe you should take your turn. I did, Mason, you know, it's about time that you should probably take your turn.
Okay.
Baby, hit me
Okay.
with those mental images.
All right. So, thinking of something, and go.
Okay, so the setting is a table, a beautiful table with a nice green tablecloth, right? And then there's a chair at the table, only one chair with only a single plate, and on that plate is a meatball. You go up to the meatball, it's under a spotlight. You go up to get the meatball, there's no utensils or anything, and you're like, oh, I'm so hungry, and you go and you start to reach down with your fingers so that you pick up the meatball, and then you see the eyes, and then you see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of eyes, and you're in a kitchen surrounded by 50,000 really hungry cats. And they want the meatball. Was I right?
No, you weren't. That was like a weird cross between like a Guillermo del Toro type like setting with like a Wes Anderson type delivery with like if Aaron Sorkin had written the script.
I was inspired by Dying Reborn. No, I was inspired by your ESP waves. What were you thinking of? Not that, I guess. Did I get anything? Was there a cat? Was there a meatball?
No,
was
there
there a
wasn't.
tablecloth? Was it green?
Green is probably the only thing that's
Is it
even
the color of
remotely
my
right.
energy?
No, that's amber.
Fuck! No, that's fine. I know what that is.
Yeah, okay, so what I
Tree
was
11.
thinking, Tree 11.
Yeah, there's 11 trees. That's the name of the band.
I
I want a cover band where everybody eats trees and then Tree 11.
Oh, I love it.
You're welcome. You can use that. You can start that band. I'll let you. I'll let you have it. What are you thinking of? We got it. I'm in suspense over here. I got suspenders on. I'm so suspended.
Whoa.
I'm getting canceled by Fox, Mason. Hurry. I'm getting suspended.
Amber is the color of the honeybee.
Stop it. Please. Put me out of my misery.
Okay, I was thinking, so there's a stoner sitting on the couch.
Okay.
He's got the beanie on.
Stone
with a hacky
bone.
sack over in the corner.
I like his sad room where he's
Yeah.
just sitting on the floor.
No, he's sitting on
with
the
his
couch.
one
I
Rasta.
said he's sitting on the couch.
His couch he found outside that his dog pee on it.
Exactly.
And his one hacky sack and his one reggae poster with Bob Marley on it that he got at
You
Earthbound.
know it, and it's the one that's like all like crazy colored.
Oh, I know which one it is.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows which one it is.
And so he closes. So he looks normal. He closes his eyes, takes a big old fat rip, and then
Rip a dip.
And then when he exhales and he opens his eyes, and when he opens his eyes, they're those like really big, like photorealistic. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh no! Like somebody superimposed their eyes onto his eyes.
Yeah, and they're like a little too big, but it looks like
too beautiful.
if you ever I have these pint glasses that have Beatles album covers on them. If you ever look at the Revolver one, look at George's eyes. They're really fucking, because they're like pencil drawn, right? But his eyes are like that. They're like really photorealistic.
Before anime came to the West, but somebody was like, you know what he needs? More beautiful eyes.
Yeah, and then he blinks. That was it. That was the end of my bit. But I'm continuing the bit now.
Okay.
So he like closes his eyes again. And then when he opens them, he's got like the Anaconda style.
Oh no, he's like a paper cutout now.
He keeps blinking and turning into more terrifying things.
Oh no, he's got a bad trip. What is his weed laced with? My goodness.
Yeah, I know. It's like somebody
PCP
was like...
angel dust? Why? It's too much. So I was super wrong, but who's to say that he doesn't blink and appear in my creepy cat kitchen?
It's true, and like the way you like delivered your image and everything.
I delivered
like,
it how it came to me, Mason.
That would like be like if he had friends in his room with him while he was getting high. That would be like that sounded like somebody who's really high pitching a horror movie. He's like, all right, dude. All right, so you're in a house. There's a table. One table with a chair. There's only one
Green
chair.
Tablecloth. That's
Green
important.
tablecloth. One meatball.
Okay, so that's where you went. And here's where I went. Is that he stumbles off his fat smokestack off his couch into his kitchen. He rolls up to this IKEA Swedish meatball bag he's got in his freezer. He doesn't know how to work that kind of technology. It takes him 20 minutes to get one meatball out. He can't preheat the oven. He just throws it in the microwave. Can't figure that out. And then he turns around. He owns a cat. One cat. It's on the counter. It looks like 8 cats. He doesn't know what to do. He's super scared. He gets the meatball out. It's too hot. It's in his bare hands. He's juggling it like a lizard on hot sand. And he like runs into the bedroom and like slams the door. And then he eats it like Gollum in the corner of his bedroom. Just high as fuck. And then he falls asleep and he wakes up the next day and he just smells like meatballs. And his cat's meowing really loudly because it's hungry in the other room.
And like in his head, it was all like very epic.
Very scary,
and, like,
but like
scary,
in hindsight, he was like, I'm such a fucking
he
dipshit.
probably there were 1 or 2 ways it happened in real life. One, he was just fumbling over everything and like eating leftovers that were like way too old for him to probably healthily ingest. Or it was very calm. He just went and like heated up some like freezer meatballs.
Yeah, and like the worst thing that happened was he put the open bag of meatballs just in the freezer open, so now they're a little frostbitten.
Yeah, and like while he was sitting there eating it at the table, his cat like jumped up onto the table and looked at him. And in his mind, that was
like
a million cats. Yeah.
It was really scary.
Where are we at?
I think it's about time to wrap it up. Do you want to do like one more, or you want to just?
Yeah, that's true. I think it'd be an odd number if we did one more, but I think we could.
No, we can call it bacon strips. We can just be like
bacon strips.
That's it. Yeah.
I could.
It's bacon.
For the longest time, I just thought they were saying bacon weird. I never watched when they showed the actual bag and it said bacon strips on
bacon!
it. And so,
it's
like,
not bacon.
And so I was when they'd be like, it's not bacon, it's bacon strips, and I was like, why?
It's still bacon.
It's still,
Did you think that maybe because so there's a market for like bacon bits, and those aren't made of bacon. So
that's
you're
true.
like bacon
bits
strips.
are actually bacon.
Not made of bacon.
Bacon bits are actually vegan, I think.
Fuck off. Really? What are they salted? What are they seasoned with?
Yeah, I have no idea. Because I remember I was watching a Julian Salamita video earlier today.
Oh, Julian.
Shout out Jenna and Julian. What up? And
you name drop a lot of people. You're funny.
I watch a lot of videos.
I do too, but I don't name drop anybody. Mr. Mysterio over here.
I'm just
tight on the internet.
I'm learning things. I'm getting exposed.
Teasing you. Go ahead.
Okay. And so he cooked with bacon bits, and he was like, yeah.
Vegan.
And so I was like, I know he's gluten free and vegan, so maybe he's using some kind of special vegan baked bits. But I'm pretty sure he didn't specify, so I'm pretty sure bacon bits are vegan.
Oreos are vegan, so if anything, if you made it this far into the podcast, made it past zombie poop, you learned something today.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't. Maybe you already knew they were vegan. Some people don't know.
There's like one person listening, because there's only 2 people who listen to our podcast. One person listening, and they're like, "Oh wow, bacon bits are vegan," and then there's the other person who's like, "Wow, you know bacon bits are vegan? Stupid."
You stupid meat-eating bastards. I don't even like meat. Alright, Mason, you know what time it is.
Yeah, it's time to say goodbye. We didn't get anything right today, but we sure had a lot of fun. And we got kind of close on one, so who knows? Maybe we'll get there.
Which one did we get close on?
I don't remember. We record this when we're half asleep.
We're not usually this asleep, but we're pretty asleep right now.
Yeah, today's probably been. This is out of the 3 we've done. This is probably the most tired.
All right.
Yeah.
Goodbye.